brought to you by the Worldwide Resistance Network, also known as TWWRN. And if you got this transmission, you are the resistance. Now, this video is a wake-up call 101. Now, I've been busy and doing a little info searching. Until I come to a point here, red pill philosophy. I did this video yesterday, and a live feed video, and somebody found a Reddit account of one David Hogg, a young man who is going after people who he thinks is the enemy, big time. 17 years old, and Laura Ingraham tweeted supposedly mocking David Hogg for being rejected from 4 colleges here in California. Now, not every student of all high schools in this country get selected by colleges that they've chosen of idea. One of them was UCLA. Yeah. Now, I was thinking about this for a bit here. Now, when you give a 17-year-old that much power, it becomes very dangerous. Now, David Hogg is working on trying to repeal the Second Amendment with a corporation. He admits it. Now, this video ain't about David Hogg. Okay, it's not. This is about what happens when you give someone who's a 17-year-old who opened themselves up big time. I mean, literally open themselves up to criticism, which they cannot handle. Open up to being fact-checked on live TV on CNN. Now, I come to realize that you're beginning to see Emma Gonzalez and the 3 other students from the class at the school in Garland, Florida. But the only one who's been out there the most was David Hogg. Now, being 17, we all been there. I've been there. I know what it's like to be 17 at one time. And, some start to develop a narcissistic attitude, thinking their shit don't stink, which sometimes teenagers do think that sometimes. It's completely natural that, teenagers and college students think that they know more than their elders. And it's completely natural. Laura Ingraham did supposedly mock David Hogg for not being accepted at any of the colleges here in California. and make you feel frustrated. But any teenager would feel that way. Any teenager would feel that way. Not all, but some, whatever we'll call it. Feel that at one point, if they cannot handle criticism, but they give it out, but can't handle the dishing. Now, I would say more part of Lord Ingram is more of sarcasm, not mock, sarcasm and shit. But now this video is pertaining to how teenagers act, to a degree. Now, like I said, you're hardly ever going to see the other four, because Emma Gonzalez is she going to a good college in Florida, and I took my hat off to her. But the only thing that really bugs me is that the bullying of Nikolas Cruz, which is kind of uncalled for. The young man has a mental malfunction, and which a lot of people have been called. No attempts to look in on the young man. No attempts on getting him help. Thing for him or with them. Any help? Getting him on something that could help him. No attempts were made. There are calls, but the calls didn't help. Help on all sides. Some say that the reason that Nick Cruz killed 17 people, that he had an argument with the ex-girlfriend's boyfriend, which kind of hardly believe this. Because new information was that Nick Cruz was bullied, which added fuel to the fire of those kids. Young man's mental malfunction. And sometimes when you deal with somebody that has a mental malfunction, they need help. But this whole gun debate, this whole gun control, the way I'm looking at it is it's not about gun control. It's about people control. It's also a cultural thing besides people control. Now, I would pretty much think that the way the outcome was put is that the governor of Florida, through pressure of these kids at the high school that Nick Cruz shot up, he had to sign this act named after the school, which raised the age from 18 to 21, which was kind of uncalled for. Didn't need that, because you have students in Florida from another who are pro Second Amendment, and because of these actions, these kids, most of them are 18, can now no longer buy a gun until they're 21. You gotta wait, what, 3 years? 3 years to buy one? No, legally, haven't. No. But but this whole entire thing is not about gun control. It's about people control and the cultural thing. Because a lot of issues have been going on within the last 20 some odd years. You know, but the march that happened last week, 800,000 people, the largest since the Vietnam War era, where they had 400,000 people. Okay. But the march during the Vietnam War era, it was an anti-war march. It was a march that was also a protest to end the war in Vietnam, which was uncalled for too. The war in Vietnam was a racket war. Yeah, the war was just a ruse to get to pay attention to the war, while on this side over here, the elite was after two things: oil and the poppy crops. The CIA was smuggling drugs through the caskets of dead soldiers. That was the only way how they got their stuff out. And 72, Nixon declared war on drugs. In 1972, you know, we're still in this war on drugs. So 50 years. Okay, 50 years in 4 years. But getting back to this, has been politicized. You know, everything has been for years. You know, sexuality been politicized, race been politicized. You know, there's this war on class. There's war on sexuality. There's war on race. On what I mean by that is, there's been a huge division over well I can't say it's a war on race because it's not, because there's never really a war on race. It's morally just discrimination, period. Sexual discrimination, racial discrimination, religious discrimination through religion, race, and sexuality. Now, now I'm gonna wipe the whole war thing. Delete it. Delete. But you know, it's these kids. I mean, the heart is in the right place. I mean, the heart is in the right place. I give them that. But when you start to look at how far it's backfiring right away, I mean, you know, David Hogg went after the advertisers of Laura Ingraham. 12 of them bailed out because of this kid's pressure. But did he really think this through? Because here's the thing: David Hogg just released his advertisers. He has advertisers. His ass, you know. One of them I can think of is George Soros. You know, George Soros is a long-living Nazi collaborator. They're not. No, he's spending millions funding these groups and shit. Like I said, these kids is hard in the right place, but they're wrong on so much levels here. I mean, I said this before. If you want to fight the system, get an education. I mean, I wouldn't say that Laura Ingraham was mocking David Hogg. I think it was just sarcasm. I mean, and if you look at his Reddit page, his Reddit account, someone's asking his account questions, and supposedly he's responding to these questions. And it's very misogynistic, very racial in a way, too. And one of the answers he gave was, "Don't trust the bitch." Wow. He moved to Florida freshman year. Okay, new school, new school, different state, new school, and everything else. But his problem is basically he's frustrated over something. It has nothing to do with school, but partially it has to do with people control, a cultural thing. Okay. Now, many people have owned his ass, especially a veteran. Now, there's another school one or two schools that decided to finally get their walk to protect the Second Amendment. All right, good. And it is pissing off a lot of people at the Marjorie, we'll call it Stoneman Douglas High School, because it's throwing a wrench. This march might throw a wrench in this so-called movement. I mean, you think that, in my opinion, they're giving this kid, David Hogg, too much power as it is. I mean, left-wing media has given him free reign to lie. He won't go on Fox. He won't go on Fox. But he'll go to ABC and CNN. They're friendly networks. Hardly. But you have to think, okay, this kid's 17. Okay. Emma Gonzalez, 17. Okay. Now, my question is this, why did they bully Nick Cruz? Why did they bully? Okay. There's no reason that they gave for why they bullied Nick Cruz. The kid was 18, 19, 15 years old with a mental malfunction, still got bullied. Like, what the hell? What were these kids thinking bullying this kid? It's adding more fuel which should have never been ignited in the first place. My theory is that the reason he went back with a gun was for revenge on his bullies. But he was already off as it is. And by them bullying him, they added fuel to the fire. They added more fuel to this flame of destruction, chaos and shit. This young man should have had help. His mom called the sheriff on him because she feared her son's life. Her son needed help. And Nick Cruz's brother was arrested the next day. He was found with a gun on him. Now, in that part, my theory is that when he was arrested, he had a gun on him. Now that theory could be also a question. When he was arrested, did he have the gun on him, or was it planted on him when they arrested him? You know, I mean, another one. If a child loses a parent, it does something psychological to them. Psychological. And I think he lost it when his mom died. I think Nick Cruz lost it when his mom died. I think seriously he did lose it. Also, when his mom died, I think the loss of his mom and the bullying that he received really just outright just did it. It imploded inside him, like just mentally imploded inside him. And a lot of students at these Marjorie Douglas Stoneman High School said that there was more than one shooter. Now also my question has been is that was the younger brother the second shooter? I mean, was it? I mean, that's a question that's going to be asked for a very long time because what happened to so many people that died was very tragic. I mean, 17 families lost loved ones. I mean, they lost loved ones big time, But you have to understand that at 17, I mean, you have no idea what you want to do with your life. Sometimes you can wonder. You're planning your future. You're planning your future. You're planning whether to go to school or work. And if you're an athlete, you try to get a scholarship to a good school that will pay your way. And but the one thing that did bug me was that these two students were on the Bill Maher program. Okay. And one of them said that since they went through it, they've been there, done that. They're now experts on the matter. Really? But I want to give my example here. September 29th, 1992. I was 16 years old. Okay. I was riding a bike, over my bike. And I went to the nearest Circle K to get soda. And as I was leaving, I was in the middle of the road. Middle of the road and everything else. And here comes this 3,000-pound projectile driven by a drunk driver. Okay. I was hit by this 3,000-pound projectile on wheels. High rate of speed, it hit me. I was fucked up. I mean, this car nearly killed me. Okay. I was a victim of a drunk driver. Does it make me an expert on traffic safety? No. I'm saying is I was hit by a drunk driver who was driving this 3,000-pound projectile at hot rate speed, hitting a pedestrian on a bike. Does it make me an expert? I don't claim to be an expert. I was a victim 26 years ago. Period. I was hit by a drunk driver. You know, I mean, it's one of those things that you have to realize that this kid whose dad was a cop and who's also an actor himself, claiming that well, since we went through it, we're now experts on the matter. No, you're not. You're a one of you is a witness, and the other one is a straight up lying little shit. No, you know, you don't see that kid on TV as much as you do David Hogg. Because David Hogg, I mean, this kid whose dad is a former Fed, you know, and his mom works for CNN or whatever, you know, CNN or the I mean, if you look at his Reddit page, it is some sick shit. This kid is not right. I mean, this kid is fucked up, man. You know, this kid's fucked up. Talks about how he tried to get a girlfriend and how he was turned down, and you could tell this kid's not narcissistic. I mean, you could tell he's you know, off big time. You know, I mean, like, shit, 17 couldn't get a girlfriend. God dang. Don't try so hard to get a girlfriend or boyfriend. Shit, you know, just take your time. Goddamn, you have the whole life ahead of you. You know, you have a whole life ahead of you. You know, he celebrates that mosquitoes kill people. You know, talks about end of humanity, and he laughs about it. You know, and here he is, been exposed that he's working with a corporation that's wanting to repeal the Second Amendment. This is not about gun control. This is about people control. This is about also a cultural issue here. But wouldn't you give someone like David Hogg, who's 17, this much power because he can't handle criticism, sarcasm, can't handle getting fact checked on national TV, on CNN and shit? The look on his face is priceless. You know? I mean, you don't see Emma Gonzalez as much anymore. I mean, hardly, because, you know, David Hogg is taking all the spotlight. You know, he's taking all the spotlight from everybody because it's all about him now. It's all about him. You know, even though they bullied Nick Cruz, which added fuel to the fire. This kid, Nick Cruz, should have had help. Nobody had the heart or the patience or the guts to help this kid, young man, you know? If somebody needs help, help them. I mean, come on. I mean, do something for this kid, for this kid, you know? He's 19 years old. He needs help. Bullying ain't going to help. I mean, that's going to add more fuel to the fire, you know? I mean, it's pretty much that this kid needed help. He literally. Let's see here. This young man needed help. You know, Nick Cruz needed help, professional help. Nobody gave it to him, but somehow he managed to get a gun legally, ammunition legally, permittedly. I mean, he pretty much just. But he should have never got in the first place. You know, everybody's taking I mean, they're attacking the NRA. They're attacking Dana Loesch. You know, a member and spokeswoman for the NRA. You know, and I have a good feeling that this whole entire thing would blow up in their face here pretty soon. Don't know when, but pretty soon, because a lot of people are coming out just furious, and Rex Jones, son of Alex Jones, is challenging Dead Hog to a debate. Big time. Now, there's been a lot of lies about Alex Jones. Some that he may ask for it, but the thing is that Dead Hog challenged Alex Jones to a debate and backed out. They're saying that now Alex Jones challenged Dead Hog to a debate and threatened him, which was bullshit. You know, they're trying everything in their power to silence Infowars.com and remove Infowars from YouTube, which is can't do that. Hard to do because the young turds are the YouTube darlings. Oh, fuck the young turds. And so Rex Jones, Alex Jones' son, has to say, hey, he said, hey, look, I want to challenge Dave Hog to a debate. Hey, here's what I mean, do it. If Dave Hog had the balls to hear this, I mean, accept it. Debate Rex Jones. Okay? If you challenged Alex Jones to a debate and all of a sudden you backed out, you're a pussy. You open your mouth, you open the door, Rex Jones is going to come and I mean, what kid would do anything to defend their parent? If I was in the same boat, my son would do the same thing for me. Okay? No. But what kid at 17 would embarrass their parents like the way Dead Hog did, you know? It's a people control thing. It's a cultural thing. It ain't gun control bit. It's straight up people control and a cultural thing. Now, I made a few jokes on when David Hogg said that the people in power are shaking. Well, here goes. The only people who are in power who are shaking are Democrats, because every time he talks, the chances in the midterm election is trembling bad. It's crumbling piece by piece, just a little smidge here. And when he says no more, then I'll come out with a little joke. A Homer Simpson saying, "Taking Channel Mark, this little Nazi is annoying." Joke. But it seems that you cannot compare David Hogg and the Nazis in the same sentence or same phrase and the same video, because you could get your channel taken down or strike it, or your channel being taken totally suspended, because the way he's acting, it's the content of his character that's what's doing him in. The content of his character. Okay. He constantly attacks the NRA saying that they're going to start World War III. No. He said in an interview that politicians have blood of dead children on their faces and they wouldn't give a shit, which was really uncalled for. Now, one thing that bugged me was that he said to these reporters that, for example, if his parents said that they can work your iMessage, give me that fucking thing. No, I mean it's arrogance. He's showing his true colors: ignorance, arrogance, narcissistic. It's conceitedness that's showing, and he went after Laura Ingraham, and because it wasn't just, I mean, was it a mock? I don't think so. The way I read it, it was sarcasm. Okay, sarcasm. I mean, it was a mock. No, disrespect. No, but it was fact. No, he was. I mean, they didn't. I mean, they didn't. No, he didn't make it to these sports. I mean, he wasn't selected by any of these schools here in California, especially UCLA. No, I mean, if David Hogg would seriously think about this stuff of what he's doing, okay, he's attacking NRA for no reason. Okay, people kill people. Okay, now the way this has gone, okay, March should never happen. Okay, should never happen because during that March of 800, the March they had 800,000 people, the biggest since the Vietnam War. 10% were children. 10%, not very much. No. And then you had more people who were still uninformed, who had no idea what a assault weapon is. Even though there's a ban, Bill Clinton lost 54 seats in the Senate and in Congress because of the ban on assault, on the gun ban. Even though it passed, he lost. It's 54 seats in the House. Well, 50%. Quite a bit of seats in the House, you know. And Obama tried it. No, Obama tried it. Did it work? No, because it seems that Democrats are anti-gun. Democrats are anti-free speech. They're anti-constitution. They're pro-slavery. They're pro-KKK. You know, they're pro-chaos. Liberalism is a disease that needs curing. But when you give enough power to a 17-year-old, there's a good chance that they could destroy this country to a degree. But when you have somebody who has the balls to call out this kid, and say, look, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into, okay? One, he got caught in 2 lies. 3, the video exposed him with that lie. You know, when he said he got his camera and went back to school, okay, in his mind, as he was riding his bike, you know, thinking, "Hope this is not another mass shooting." How does he know that it was? How did he bypass the cops? And he was hiding in the closet at the school. No, he's a glory-seeking hound as a attention-seeking whore. who cannot handle criticism, sarcasm, being fact checked on CNN. I mean, come on. He's narcissistic. They're giving him this attention. Dead Hawk this, Dead Hawk that. It's all the attention he's seeking, and they're giving to him right like that. It is time to put this to bed here, because not everybody wants to see this kid on TV. Not everybody. But he's working with the corporation to try to repeal the Second Amendment, which will never happen. Okay? It will never happen, because it's not about gun control. It's about people control, a cultural thing. Okay? And it's pretty much that this kid is so fucking arrogant. The things he says and does, he doesn't really think. Doesn't even think. He acts. If you think, maybe you think on how to strategize on how to do it. Think. Don't just act. You have to think. Okay? Gotta think. All right, ladies and gentlemen. If you're all new to this channel, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment below. And don't forget to hit the bell for notification. This is good old Grandmaster Reverend here, and you just watch the Dominant Celebrity Media. If you got this transmission, you are the resistance. Remember, knowledge is free. If you don't like it, go fuck yourself. Peace out. Raven out.